Take a look at our midday livestock trade with livestock market analyst Kyle Bumsted. And Kyle, we are seeing an up day in cattle, fairly quiet. And what do you anticipate happening for us in the cattle market today?
That's a good question, Lacey. I think the way things are going now, we're probably going to finish fairly strong here. We've got a little bit of a balance reprieve here from the selling that we saw last week. Last week's highs and lows are going to be kind of imperative here for this market to either get above here, which would be the gap when we gapped lower a week ago today. That's on the feeder cattle side of things here. The feeder index today looks like it's going to be down another $3.92 to 343.33, with the daily number going in at 347.70. So that's getting kind of in line with the board right now. The board's still a bit discounted to that daily number. However, as we move forward here the month of November, we're going to start to run out of the quality feeders here, like I mentioned last week, that we normally see or that we normally have in preceding months. So that's an issue we have to deal with as well. And the lighter numbers, lower numbers coming through the sale barns as well, too. That's going to be an issue as we get through the end of next week. We're going to start to see some of those sale barns kind of lock up shop here for the rest of the year. There's going to be a few special calf sales here and there, but the big volume is going to be dropping off. Live cattle side of things here, we did see some 237 trade in Kansas on Saturday. So I was down there in Kearney at the cattle show, and some guys are talking about trading cattle down there at 237. So that's positive news. However, talking to some order buyers and some packer buyers and things like that, I think that the north up here could struggle for a minute. Southern feed yards seems like they still have the upper hand right now when it comes to leverage. Spreads are pretty flat here today. We do have the Goldman roll. It starts here again on Friday. So they're going to be getting out of those December contracts, moving out to the third. So there's going to be a lot of movement here as we start the month of November, Lacey.
Thank you, Kyle. That is livestock market analyst Kyle Bumsted. And if you'd like to talk to him about the markets, call him at 308-708-7340. You're listening to the Rural Radio Network.
On the hunt for lost ROI? Chart a course and find hidden profit potential with Acuron Corn Herbicide. It's the only herbicide strong enough to bury competing weeds and help you unearth 5 to 15 more bushels per acre. How's that for hidden riches? Uncover the real value of Acuron at Acuron-herbicide.com. Acuron is a restricted use pesticide. Always read and follow label instructions.
Disease hit hard this year, huh?
Yeah, Mother Nature threw the kitchen sink at us. Tar spots, southern rust, we had everything.
I didn't know if my fungicide would hold, but Miravis Neo really came through. Even with that dry spell, our yield monitor did not disappoint.
Seriously?
Yep, and with results like this, I'm sticking with it.
No matter what next season brings, protect your ROI with Miravis Neo. Call your retailer to lock in your supply today. Always read and follow label instructions.
Welcome back to the Rural Radio Network. I'm Lacey Shippey from the Tractor Tuesday Market Desk. Farm listings made simple. It's TractorTuesday.com. Grain trade is mixed today. The corn futures are staying fairly flat in two-sided trade as harvest hits the downhill stretch. Weekly export inspections were very strong at about 1.7 million metric tons, keeping the year-to-date pace at 164%. Soybeans are still higher today following the trade deal with China, though bean inspections were still very soft seasonally at just over 965,000 metric tons, and the yearly pace at only 60% of last year. And wheat futures continue to chop along in very two-sided trade today. Year-to-date export inspections of wheat were slightly improved at 120% of this time last year. December corn is up 2.5 at 434. March up 2 1/4 at 446 1/4. January soybeans are up 13 3/4 at 1128 3/4. March up 12 at 1135 3/4. Chicago December wheat is up 7 3/4 at 541 3/4. March up 7 1/4 at 555 3/4. Kansas City December wheat is up 3 3/4 at 528 1/4. March up 5.5 at 542 1/4. December soybean meal is down 150 at 333.50. December bean oil up 78 at 50.07. December live cattle are up 227 at 231.95. February up 232 at 230. November feeders are up 302 at 341.90. January up 447 at 336.37. December lean hogs are down 47 cents at 80.80. February down 1/4 at 82.27. That's a look at your markets. You're listening to the Rural Radio Network.